All right, we will get the audio. I look kind of shadowy there. Let's figure this out here. 1 second. I think that's better. Let's try this one over here. Oop, that's all the way up. Maybe I need to. And that's better, I think. Well, we are live and nobody's here. Well, no, it says there's 3 people here. Let's see who's here. Jared Tierno is here. Doodle is here. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, is here. So he knows that every time we start, it means snack time. Miguel Rangel is here and Jeff is here. Welcome. Hope the time is okay for people. Maybe that's probably what the problem is that we started at 11:30. Some people might think that we're still starting at 1. So for some people, 1 o'clock might be too late. But we are starting at 11:30 so that we can accommodate our friends across the pond. And hopefully more of them can join us because we're starting early. Merhaba. Merhaba to you too. Janice Yamanaka is here. Welcome, Janice. Good to see you. We have Doodle and a cast of millions. As I'm drinking my morning coffee out of my Doodle mug because I am an animal until I've had my coffee. And that animal is a palm civet. Hi, Doodle. You want a snack, right? Okay. I will start you out slow. We're going to give you a half a snack because I know you're going to be back for more and you haven't touched your food in the kitchen, right? You got to eat your food. There you go. Know what you want? All right, that is what he wants. All righty, everybody. Let's see. I was thinking that the stream was going to start early or not. I think you talked about that last week. Yeah. So Duncan from the UK was saying that he would join more if we had it a little bit earlier. And I asked him how much earlier, and he said maybe hour and a half, which is 11:30. And so it's to accommodate maybe not just Duncan, but all of our folks in the UK, so that or in the EU even, so that they can join us at a more reasonable time, and it's not the middle of the night for them. So that's why we're doing that. So we'll see if more of them join us. They may not have got the notification. Well, let me ask you guys: how do you get the notification as to when the live stream is? So do you just get a notification when it goes live? Do you get a notification ahead of time, like when I schedule it? Do you get a notification that it's going to be, on a particular day or not? When how do you guys get notified? I was thinking, oh, okay, we already covered that. So we got 6 people in, not as much as before. I got to tell you that. So really strange. Last week I covered the 3 new Whoppers from Burger King, which meant in a week I had to eat 3 Whoppers. So may God have mercy on my soul. So, anyways, there were 3 Whoppers from Burger King that I ate, and the street corn one, yeah, I did about the same as most of my other videos. Most of them, like within 2 weeks, get up around 2, maybe 300 views. However, the fried is it fried pickle ranch? I think it is the fried pickle ranch episode got something like 3,500 views within a week, about 3,500 views. Some of my videos don't even have 3,500 views after a year, but after a week, 3,500 views. And the other one, which was the bourbon, what is it? The maple bourbon barbecue one, also got like 2,000. And that one's if you have not seen it, you get a notification for the videos. Okay. So Janice, do you get that notification when I post it, or do you get a notification when I go live? Or you only get notification for videos and not for the live streams? How does that work? I get it first 2 times. One is 30 minutes before your scheduled start, and then when you start, and then if you don't start at your scheduled time, I still get notified that you're live. Hey, John King is in the room. Welcome, John. I also post on uh, on Threads, Instagram, BlueSky, and Facebook. And I don't know if you guys get that notification on any of those. Also, I post a notification in the community tab, and so I don't know if you get notification then. I would think that like if I put something in the community tab that you get a notification. If you I guess it depends on how you're subscribed. So if you're subscribed with little lines on the outside of the bell, that means that anything that I do, you're going to get notified about it. And maybe you just have a subscription on the video, the basic subscription on the videos or something. I don't know. I'm not sure for a notification. But I think if you click on the bell that has the little lines on it, then I think anything that I do, you get notified. So if I post something, uh, if, if I post something, you get a notification. If I set up a live video, you should get notification. I'm not sure, but how many of you? Oh, I see Facebook from time to time. I do get notification on Threads. Okay, so I'm just asking if it's worth it for me to continue doing the notification on the other social media platforms. So if you guys have seen them there, then I'll continue to do that. And it's starting to build back up. It's we got 11 people and so and let's see. I'm gonna have to like rework my brain as to timing this. So we start at 11:30, and we usually get started about 15 minutes in, which would be 11:45. So for having it just went down. It was 11 people, and now it's down to 8. I think you always should just to get any stragglers. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, I hope that people got notification on the time change. So it's possible that some people didn't. They didn't get the notification, and they'll kind of straggle in. So as they see that I'm live, they will start straggling in and start to get more people. Start at 2 p.m. That would be problematic because the whole idea is to start earlier so that the people in Europe can participate. So it's not like in the middle of the night for them. So that's why we moved it to 11:30. So 2 p.m. would be the opposite. It would be like in the middle of the night for them and impractical for them. It would be, let's see. I I don't remember what the time changes between here and Australia. Like, so, because we have not seen Greg of Tomorrow for a long time, but it's quite possible that it's during his workday and he just doesn't have a chance to do it. So hopefully, we'll see him again at some point in time, and maybe moving this up earlier helps the people in Australia as well. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anyone? I got Adam and Jeff, Miguel, John, Janice, I think, and Jared and Jeff. I might have said Jeff twice. Jeff, the guy with two names, Jeff. No, sorry about that, Jeff. I said it twice. So we are doing another grab bag live stream. Today's grab bag, courtesy of Trader Joe's. It doesn't mean that everything in here is from Trader Joe's. As a matter of fact, I don't think anything is from Trader Joe's, but we're using their bag. Okay, so Jeff has two laughing things because it's Jeff. All right, there we go. So hopefully things have straightened out with the laptop. So hopefully things are back to normal. I'm still trying to get the hang of the placement. The video looks different and it functions a little bit differently. I can reverse it. I think there's something in the setup that allows you to reverse it, but I don't know if I reverse it, if you guys see it in reverse, that's pointless, right? So if I see it in real time, I just have to remember that if I want to look over there, which is there to me, that I have to look over there, which is not the other one. So, there we go. All right, so we'll wait just a few more minutes until we get some stragglers in. It's about 11:40 a.m. in California. I'm not sure what time it is where you guys are because you guys are all over the place. And hopefully, like I did this so that we can have the Europeans join us, and so hopefully Europeans will join us. That would be nice, don't you think? I think so. Just looking around, making sure that I have everything in place because I hate to have to. I will, but I hate to have to run out and get stuff afterwards. We have an interesting roster today. sometimes I look around I'm in the office, and sometimes I look around the office and I see stuff like laying around like this, and I'm like, why do I still have this? Probably because I filmed an episode with this, and I just keep it for reference so that if I need anything off the package or something when I'm writing it up. So this is like a instant beef noodle soup, and it was like that narrow. So like it's not like when you do ramen or something like that, or ramen, even a ramen soup. It's this big bowl, right? This thing is like that, and it's supposedly a whole pot of soup to serve more than one person. So filmed it yesterday, so I guess you'll have to wait and see. I think it's a quickie. I think that one's a quickie, and another installment of soup. There it is. I don't know. It's like, what do you guys think about? I name the installments. I try to give them like clever names so that I can categorize them. So if you look at our playlists, I have playlists based on those categories. And so, like, if you want to see a bunch of soup videos, you go to the soup. There it is playlist. Or if you want to see a bunch of um, beer or alcohol videos, you go to liquor. I don't even know her. So we have I think I did that mostly for the playlist, but then I also announce what they are when I'm doing the video. So hope that's okay with you guys. You guys aren't too chatty today, and there's fewer of you. So that number had been up to 11, and now it's down to 6. So I'm losing people as opposed to gaining people. I thought moving it up, I was going to get more people because it's easier for people. But wait, did I hear a phone? It's hard to tell because these are noise canceling headphones. Did you guys hear a phone? I have these noise canceling headphones on. It sounds like a phone ringing, but I can't tell. If Doodle starts barking, I may not hear it because I have these noise canceling headphones on. And the reason I'm wearing these headphones in the first place is because you guys told me last week that the audio is better on using this mic than using the webcam mic. So there we go. I don't hear a phone either. Stop talking about the number and maybe it will increase. There you go, Janice. Like, don't jinx it, right? How many people use a French press? I had a coffee machine, but the thing about a coffee machine is, I mean, you can make like a couple of cups in a coffee machine, but it's like you have to go through the whole thing, the electricity, the whole 9 yards. And then I started using a French press, and a French press is nice because you can make just the amount of coffee that you need. If you just make like 1 cup for one person or something, a French press is really nice. But you have to get the ritual down, the timing and stuff. So apparently, what you do is you put in the coffee first. You have to heat up the outside, and I think it's because when you pour hot water in it, you don't want it to crack if it's cold. So you heat up the glass, and then you put whatever amount of coffee is the bottom, and then you fill. Usually, these things have lines on them. We have to kind of guess on those. Uh, if you use like a measuring cup to put in the amount of water that they say, eventually you'll kind of learn where those amounts are, and then you just pour in the hot water. You put the plunger in, but just only sitting on the top. You let it sit there for 4 minutes. Then you push the plunger down after 4 minutes. There's this. If you can, I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. So at the top here, there's a solid side, and there's for lack of a better term, I'm going to call this a vented side. And so you put it on the solid side while it's brewing. Then you put it on the vented side, pour your coffee, voila. You use a Keurig. Yeah. So a lot of people do. They use, I guess they call them K cups. The little plastic things that look like the creamers that you get at when you go to 7-Eleven. You get the cream for your coffee in those little packets. Or like if you go to IHOP, the ones they put in a bowl on the table for you to put in your coffee. And that's what the K cups look like. They're a little bit bigger than that. I don't know if they're interchangeable with other machines. So you have Keurig, and there's Nescafe. I think Nescafe does, or Nespresso. I think it is. They have a machine, and I don't know if those pods are interchangeable with other ones. So For some reason, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the water or something. But for some reason, when I try those, I'm not really crazy about the flavor of them or something. So you know, I don't know. Water is everything. I mean, seriously, it's everything. I use filtered water when I make it. Uh, when I and several of my coworkers chipped in and we bought whole beans, kopi luwak whole beans, and we used distilled water because we didn't want the water to change the taste of the coffee. We wanted to taste the coffee. We used regular cups. We didn't want to use anything that was gonna like styrofoam or anything that was going to change the flavor. We didn't use soap when we washed the cups out. We didn't want soap in the cups. We What else did we do? Yeah, we used distilled water. Yeah, because we wanted to taste the coffee in its purest form without anything adding to that. And it was, if you ever get a chance to try it, yes, it comes out of a palm civets, but it's cleaned, it's roasted, it's ground, it's made into coffee, and it's the best cup of coffee you'll ever have in your life if you like coffee. Otherwise, you're not going to like it anyway. The K cups are not interchangeable. All right. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and get started. We got a smaller crew here today, but that's okay. If I have two people, two of you, and you love the live stream and you like to be here and we can share stuff with you, we'll do it. So oh, see, you're right, Janice. I shan't focus on that. All right. So we're going to start off with our adult beverage, which is right here, and this is Kronenbourg, maybe Kronenbourg 1664 Pale Lager. This is the most popular beer in France. Now, I couldn't tell you what the second most popular beer in France because I can't really name any French beers. I don't really know what French beers are. But this is the most popular beer in France. It's Kronenbourg 1664 Pale Lager. It comes in at a whopping 4.6 ABV. So the Kronenbourg Brewery was founded in 1664 by Geronimus Hatt. That's his name, Geronimus, or her name, Geronimus Hatt. Oh, Bob, that's a Geronimus hat. Geronimus hat in what is today Strasbourg, France, not Strasbourg, Germany. It is named after the area where the brewery relocated in 1850. So, being that this is a French beer and this is the most popular beer in France, our question is, what is the national dish of France? What is the national dish of France? All right, so time once again where we bring out Richard Simmons. He probably does look like this right now. Let's see if maybe he has a steel skeleton. All right, Julie is not here to rate my pour. I will talk to her afterwards. One of the girls was sick earlier in the week, so I hope everything's okay. Now, I remember Kronenbourg when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. I remember them having Kronenbourg, but I don't think I've ever tried it. So this has been, well, obviously it's been around since 1664, but I have seen it in the liquor stores, and for some reason never tried it, and I'm not sure why. Where are you going to go? Let's put you over there. That's fine. I was going to say a big head on that. That's not. Oh, that smells spicy. That's odd. It's a pale lager. There's nothing special about this. There's no special, there's nothing added in there. It smells spicy. It's kind of weird. Let's see. Julie said that the oil from your finger will compress the foam. I think she's lying to me. She just wants to see me stick my finger in the beer. It's not working. All right. Let's try to make the best of this. We have our nucleation happening. Nice looking amber ale, amber colored ale. Lots of bubbles. Cheers. Or however they say cheers in France. That's growing. Let me try this. I got to break the bubbles, I think. That is doing absolutely nothing. Oh, well. Here we go. It's your basic lager taste. Nothing special there. Nothing offensive. It's kind of weird. I want to say there's almost like a metallic taste happening there. Yeah, it's not bitter. It's not bitter. It's not sharp. But maybe that's because it's only a 4.6 ABV. I'm not sure. It's pretty good. I think it would pair with just about anything. Like I said, it's not really strong. It doesn't really have its own character. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up, but a thumbs up nonetheless. All right. So our trivia question was, what is the national dish of France? It looks like Janice might have been the only one who answered that, and she said pot au roux. I think that's how you pronounce that, pot au roux. Well, in fact, it is pot au feu with an F, but it could be where you're seeing it. Pot au feu. It's a stew made with meat and vegetables. It's often served with salt and vinegar. That is the national dish of France. The odd thing is, like, as far as national dishes, I'm not even sure what the U.S.'s national dish is. It should be a hot dog. Um, but the national dish of England is tikka masala. And some people are going like, why would an Indian dish be be the national dish of England? Well, a couple of reasons actually, because England used to be, India used to be a colony of England, and secondly, tikka masala was invented or first created in England. Sort of like Chinese food that we eat and that we think comes from China that does not. Like chop suey does not come from China. It was made here in the U.S. Orange chicken was made here in the U.S. They're all things that were made in the U.S. And so very similarly, tikka masala was made in the U.K. and that's why it's a national dish of England. So I typed it wrong. Yeah, well, it's French. You don't have a French keyboard, so it's understandable. All righty. So yeah, that's a delightful little beer. It's nothing fancy about it, nothing crazy about it. No, earth-shattering, wonderful flavors. Just your basic decent beer. So yeah, thumbs up. All right, let's move on to item number 2, and now we start getting into our snacks. Let's see where to put that bag. Oh, here we go. So we're gonna go sweet to savory to sour to spicy, I think. The French phrase is "à votre santé," which means to your health. Oh, thank you. Of course I'm French, you ninny. Why do you think I speak with this outrageous accent? Now go away before I shall taunt you a second time. All right, we're gonna do. Oh, I thought somebody wrote on the top of that. You can you can give this to somebody as a gift. Maybe put it in their stocking or something. I don't know. These are from Blue Diamond. They're Blue Diamond almonds. I don't know if Blue Diamond does anything besides almonds. They mostly do almonds, and they do a lot of them. Janice and I, with Matt, covered some of the bold Blue Diamond almonds. I think we did. I want to say Carolina Reaper. Uh, I don't remember what the other two were. Maybe Sriracha and ghost pepper. I don't remember. Janice, I don't know if Janice, if you remember, but the thing was is we each did one for our own channel. So Matt did one for his channel, I did one for my channel, and Janice did one for her channel. And I think Matt wanted to do the really hot one, so he did the I want to say Carolina Reaper. I want to say it was Carolina Reaper. Janice, I don't know if you remember or not when we did those videos, but we covered the 3 bold ones. They're always coming out with new flavors. There's a pickle one, there's a sea salt one, so there's just all these different flavors. So these apparently are new for the holiday season. So this is Blue Diamond Frosted Brownie Almonds. I don't know, like if when I think about like a treat that you're making, frosted brownie, almonds is the first thing that comes to my mind. I don't know about you guys. So it was Carolina Reaper, and we did that one first. Yeah, but which one? I don't know what you did. Hey, Grub Warp is here, and on the early side. So welcome, Grub Warp. Glad you can make it. Uh, the Blue Diamond Growers was founded as a collaborative in 1910 as the California Almond Growers Exchange in Sacramento, California. So they've been around since about 1910. There's another company that makes diamonds, that makes or produces almonds in California called Diamond, but it's just called Diamond. It's not Blue Diamond. So I don't know if they came in afterwards and go, hey, that Diamond name seems to be pretty catchy when it comes to almonds. But Blue Diamond's been around since around 1910 as a cooperative in Sacramento, California. So as long as we're talking about almonds, our question is, what toxic substance can the amygdalin in almonds turn into? Again, what toxic substance can the amygdalin in almonds turn into? It's mostly in bitter almond and not so much in sweet almond, which is the ones that we eat all the time, although that substance is still in there, just not in quantities that can be dangerous. Limited time holiday edition. So if you're going to get out and get these, get out and get them because they're limited time. They may hear me talking about this and just like, don't, ooh, that's odd. Look at the color of those. It smells like cocoa. It's frosted brownie. It smells like cocoa, almost like hot chocolate. So they look like they're dusted. Let's see if we can get a close up there. They don't look like they're dusted. Now let's try this. Janice, is the ghost pepper one yours or mine? I think you took the mild one, the mildest one. I think mine was the ghost pepper, and Matt's was the Carolina Reaper, and I think you had the. I'm going to say it was sriracha. I don't remember. I kind of get that brownie flavor. I'm not sure about the frosted part. Maybe they just put sugar in there and they assume that it's going to taste like frosting. Yours was cayenne pepper. Put yours. If you find yours, put yours up there too. Janice. Those are pretty good. They're really sweet. So like, I could probably eat a whole canful of almonds, in one sitting. But these, because they're exceptionally sweet, probably not. Start at a certain point. Serving size 1 ounce, about 28 nuts, 160 calories. So it does have cocoa powder blend, which is why it smells like cocoa. Cane sugar, brown sugar, cocoa powder, stevia extract. No, you can't taste that. Sea salt, natural flavors. Contains tree nuts, almonds. May contain almonds, and is still in San Francisco. Sacramento. So these are good. They're sweet. They're nice. They do have that. To me, it's like more of a hot cocoa taste than a brownie taste. It's more of a hot cocoa taste, but it's okay. They're good. It's still good. The only drawback is that there's a weird aftertaste. It's like sits on your tongue. It's just kind of a weird aftertaste. I'm not sure what that is. It's not stevia because I know that's like a chemical taste. This isn't a chemical taste. It's just this weird aftertaste that sits on my tongue, and so I'm not crazy about it. That that aftertaste, but the almonds themselves are really good. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but trending downward slightly because of that aftertaste. All right, so okay, so there's Janice's. So Janice posted 2 links. The first one was when we reviewed the ghost pepper almonds with Matt Zion and Janice. And then Janice posted her episode on her channel for the cayenne pepper ones that we did with me and Matt Zion. So double your pleasure, double your fun. And then if we can ever find Matt's, we'll put that up too. Alrighty, let's move on to the trivia question. What toxic substance can the amygdalin in almonds turn into? Janice Yamanaka said cyanide. Nobody else said anything. It was in it, the toxic substance is in fact cyanide. So you would have to eat a lot of unroasted bitter almonds to die from cyanide poisoning, but it's not impossible. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, okay, these, which are weird. Hey guys, hold that for a second. Thank you. Tiny and tinier Val. Well, they're kind of hidden back there, but they're here. Okay, so this is the company is Undercover. I've been saying it's Undercover. I think it's Undercover Snacks. These are Undercover milk chocolate and peppermint quinoa crisps. Maybe they call them Undercover because they're actually something else disguised as quinoa crisps, so that they can like monitor what's going on. That's why they call them Undercover. I don't know. Undercover was founded in 2017 by Diane Levy in East Hanover, New Jersey. Now, these are quinoa crisps. So the question is, from where did quinoa originate? From where did quinoa originate? If you don't know what quinoa is, it's a grain. It's not like, well, I mean, honestly, I don't think any of the grains actually grow the same way. Rice and oats and corn and wheat, they're all grown differently. So quinoa, join the club. And that's quinoa, Quinoa, not Keen, wah, Wah, I guess. So I think most people, when they look at it the first time, they go, oh, quinoa. It's quinoa. All right, so let's go ahead and try these. These are chocolate-covered quinoa crisps, milk chocolate, and peppermint. And there's a picture of what they look like. I bet they're smaller. They are smaller. That's them. Looks like something an animal leaves behind. Not as crunchy. This reminds me of Nestle's Crunch. You guys ever had Nestle's Crunch bar? This reminds me of Nestle's Crunch. But there's a hint of peppermint in there. And when I say a hint of peppermint, most things that are peppermint flavored, it's just punch in the face of peppermint. And this does not. This is the peppermint in here is subtle. So it comes in kind of breathy towards the end. Has that crunchiness. Like if you like a Nestle's Crunch bar, and who doesn't like a Nestle's Crunch bar? If you like Nestle's Crunch bar, that's right up your alley. The chocolate's nice. It's not that pukey Nestle's chocolate. I mean, that pukey Hershey's chocolate. That's pretty good. I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. Those are really good. And again, something dangerous. Oh, nice job, Janice. Thank you so much. So Janice has posted all 3 of those Blue Diamond episodes that we did with Trippy Food, Janice Yamanaka, and Reckless Eating. She posted all 3 of them there. So when you get a chance, save those links and check those out. And you can see the 3 of us doing 3 reviews on 3 different channels. So a lot of fun. Did you know there is lac bugs? Lac bugs in jelly beans. I don't know what a lac bug is. I know that in a lot of foods that have red coloring in it, if you look at it and it says carmine coloring, that carmine coloring comes from an insect called, what is that insect called again? Um, cochineal, the cochineal insect. Some people call it a beetle, but it doesn't really have like a shell like a beetle. So the cochineal is used for dyes because you see it mostly on cactus, and then if you push your finger on it, it turns red. It's this bright red color, and they use it for dyes. So if you're consuming a product that says it has carmine coloring in it, it's from this cochineal insect. So a lot of times, people don't realize it. Like, oh, I'm vegan. Can I drink this ocean spray cranberry juice? It has carmine coloring in it. Then probably not. So I don't know. That's why I don't have rules. Hey, it's Jules, Julie. Julie, did you get notification early that we were moving the show up, or did you just happen to like see that we were already broadcasting? I could have used you a few minutes ago when I did my pour, but you know, you'll just have to watch it in the replay and then just let me know at some point in time. So yeah, the quinoa, the chocolate peppermint quinoa crisps, thumbs up. Those are really good. They're like they're like a really, really good Nestle's Crunch bar with peppermint flavoring. So there we go. All right. So question was, from where did quinoa originate? Let's see. Miguel, did that answer your question about the bugs in the jelly beans? Or are you talking about bugs in the packages of jelly beans? I don't see. I know somebody had to have answered that. Oh, Janice answered that. She said in the Andean highlands of Peru and Bolivia. Yeah, in the Andes Mountains, in the Andes Mountains of South America. That's where quinoa originated, and it's very old. People have been eating it as a grain for a long time. Not so much in the United States, though. In the United States, it just seems like it was only at the end of the last century that people started eating it in the U.S. But I happened upon it. We had Christmas with my sibs at mom's. Christmas already? Wow. All right. Oh, because it's in the middle of the week, right? Is that it? But that's 2 weeks from now. Oh well, it's never too early for Christmas. I'm sure it's Christmas somewhere. Hell, Jesus wasn't even born in Christmas Day, so I mean, it was Christmas Day when he's born because that's what it means, but it wasn't December 25th. All righty, let's move on. We're still on sweet. Let's do sweet. I did an episode on fruit yesterday, and for the most part, it was like some of the stuff was like really, really interesting. Some of the stuff was dangerous. When I say dangerous, I don't know if you've ever had persimmon, but if you don't eat persimmon at the right time, it's dangerous in that it just dries your mouth out, and it's not a pleasant experience if you don't catch it at the right time. So, but we did, and then we had a mangosteen mishap. So when you watch that episode, which should come out shortly, yeah, fun stuff eating fruit. Anyways, we're going to eat fruit right about now. This is from Seneca. Seneca is the company. These are cinnamon apple chips. Seneca Food Corporation was founded in 1949 by Arthur Walcott in Dundee, New York. Now, these are cinnamon apple chips. So the question is about cinnamon. What part of the plant is used in the production of cinnamon? Again, what part of the plant is used in the production of cinnamon? Dave Aiken is in the room. Sorry, I'm late. Just finished up Christmas cards and fixing an outdoor Christmas light malfunction. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here, Dave. Glad you can make it. Welcome back. Mangosteen mishap would have been a great name. It sure would. Mangosteen is the orange version of Bruce Springsteen. It's Mangosteen, I guess. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and tear these open. Let's see. Anything else in there? Apples, canola oil. I don't know why they have oil. Corn syrup. I don't know why they need that. Sugar. I don't know why you need corn syrup and sugar. Dextrose, cinnamon, citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. Um, cinnamon, citric acid, natural flavor. I don't know. Why not just apples and cinnamon? That's me. Maybe these were not designed to be open from the bottom. For those of you wondering where Doodle is, he was here earlier at the beginning. I gave him a snack and he disappeared. Well, that sure does look like an apple. Okay. They used corn syrup and sugar. I think, this is just me talking, but it's expensive. We should use honey because they can get that crunchiness from the honey and the sweetness from the honey and not have to have it so crazy. So that's my thing. Nice flavor on these though. Almost have like a baked apple flavor, but they're crunchy. Sometimes like dehydrated apples, they can be chewy and tough. And these are not. These are really crunchy and they just fall apart. I don't get why they have to make them so sweet though. You know, I think they would have been okay with just like a hint of honey, but nice taste on, well, because it's cinnamon apple. It's almost like what's that breakfast cereal that's cinnamon apple? Apple Jacks, right? Apple Jacks. Kind of has an Apple Jacks flavor. Maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they think that people just don't like the taste of just an apple with cinnamon. Fuyu persimmons, don't dry your mouth out. I was not eating Fuyu persimmons yesterday when I was filming that episode, but I was also lucky. So if you eat a Fuyu persimmon before it's fully ripe, it doesn't have that effect on it, Janice. I think we did Fuyu persimmons on one of the live streams. I think we had a Fuyu persimmon. The one I did yesterday was not a Fuyu. I'm not sure what variety it was. There's several varieties of persimmons, but if you've never had persimmon, you need to try it. It's really, really good. To me, it tastes kind of like a cross between. It's a little bit like a papaya, like maybe like a cross between a papaya and a tomato. I don't know. I mean, it's just like it's really hard to describe, but they're really, really good. So if you get a chance to try those. All right. So the question was, what part of the plant is used in the production of cinnamon? Janice Yamanaka says the bark. Julie Couture says the root. And they're the only ones that say anything. And it is, in fact, the inner bark, not the outside bark, but the inner tree bark is what cinnamon comes from a tree. And it's the inner tree bark that they use to make cinnamon. So there we go. All right, let's move on. We're going to move to sour. Let's see, how many snacks is that? This is the fourth one. Okay, and then we probably get into the spicy stuff and savory stuff after this, because we do our soft drink after this. We're tracking well today. We're at 12:15, so we're not even an hour in, and we're on our fourth snack. That's better than we usually do. All right. Has anybody had these before? Anybody seen this? Not necessarily this variety, but this brand, Sour Jacks. These are Sour Jacks Sour Wedges. Um, they're from Pim Brands, and Pim Brands was founded in 1979 as Promotion in Motion by Michael Rosenberg in Washington, D.C. But it was renamed Pim Brands in 2021. And Did I really ask that as a question? Sure. Okay. So Sour Jacks is a product line of Pim brands. What year were they first created? Remember, I asked if anybody's had these before. They've been Sour Jacks have been around for a while. So, what year? In what year were Sour Jacks first created? Now, remember, Pim Brands was founded in 1979, so it's not before 1979. So there we go. I had the Wild Berry Sour Jacks. I never heard of them before, but I did see this, and it did say new, so I thought I would bring it to you. Something new and something sour. Sour Jacks. Um, Sure. Let's open this from the bottom. I don't think it makes a difference on this one, but you know, what the heck? Oh, they look like watermelon rinds. Uh, and none of them are that. I mean, honestly, right? That looks like a watermelon rind, doesn't it? That looks like a watermelon rind, right? But there's 5 flavors. There's cherry, lemonade, orange, strawberry, and lime. And no, all right. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Here's my thing, right? You see this, right? You see the colors. You see this one, right? Here are the here are is the key to what's in there, right? Cherry, lemonade, orange, strawberry, and lime. Which one of those looks like this? Which one of those looks like this? I'm going to go ahead and say none of them. None of them look like this. So what's the deal with this? Did they sneak in a watermelon? Because it doesn't look like any of these. I don't know how I'll tell because sour watermelon is such a fake flavor. All right, these are not Sour Patch Kids sour, but you see the Sour Jacks mouth puckering candy, big letters and everything. It's definitely not Warhead level. It's not, and it's not Cabbage Patch Kid level. It's not that sour. It's sour, but it's pleasant. It's a pleasant sour. It's not a sour like makes your mouth just water and stuff. Looks like a sour version of Boston fruit slices. It does, Jules. What's up with that though? That was the only one in there like that. Look at this. All the other ones look like the ones on the outside of the package, but that one in there does not. Let's see if we can get that. Here we go. All the other ones look like the outside. All right, which one should we try? Let's try orange or orange, as some of you are inclined to say. Not so much, Jules. Not so much. It tastes like orange rind more so than the orange itself. It tastes like that pulp, that white stuff that's on the outside of the orange, that's inside the skin, and on the outside of the fruit of the orange, that white stuff. That's what this tastes like. What are the ingredients here? Let's see. Sugar, corn syrup, modified cornstarch, gelatin, fumaric acid, marijuana que fumar, citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. Malic acid, natural and artificial flavors. Oh, you're gonna. I hate when they do that. Natural and artificial flavors. Okay, what is the natural flavor? Oh, the natural flavor in there is cockroach. The artificial flavor is orange. I don't know. Let's try one more. Let's try this red one, which is, let's see, strawberry is dark red, cherry is light red. This looks like cherry. It doesn't hit on cherry. A little bit of cherry on the aftertaste, but the orange definitely tastes like part of the orange, not the part you would eat, the part most people throw away. but still, it did get orange flavor in it. This one, the cherry flavor is really like subtle. So, don't they use beaver butt for raspberry flavoring? They use, oh, what do they use that for? So you're talking about castoreum. They use it, I want to say for vanilla. I want to say it's for vanilla flavoring. Um, I don't know, Julie, but you got me curious, and now I have to find out because that's how I roll. I roll on my stomach, but I believe it's called castoreum. Yes, it is. Castoreum is a glandular secretion from beavers that has a variety of uses. Just that sentence. It is a glandular secretion from beavers that has a variety of uses, including perfumery, food, and to mark territory. Well, I mean, it's not like somebody marks the territory with beaver castoreum. Uh, Castoreum is a natural flavoring with strong musky odor that's sometimes used in food. It's added to food as a vanilla raspberry flavoring and is generally recognized as safe by the FDA. Yes, it came out of the butt of a beaver, but it's safe. All right. So, yes, you're right, Jules. It is raspberry flavor and vanilla flavor, both. I don't know how that works. All right. So, hmm, I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle, trending upward. The reason it's thumbs in the middle is that the orange one, you know, you can tell it's orange. It does have the orange flavor. The cherry one, you know, not so much. The flavor is kind of dumbed down. They don't say it's like crazy sour. They don't, so it's not like you know, Sour Patch Kids or Warheads or anything like that, where they really kind of scare you on how sour it's supposed to be. They don't do that, so you know, I'll give that to them. But like I said, they just need to amp up the flavor on some of them. Like the cherry one is a little bit lacking. So thumbs in the middle, trending upward, or thumbs up, trending downward, however way you want to look at that one. All right, our question was, in what year were sour jacks first created? Janice says 20 years ago. All right, Janice, you're going to make me use math. Is that how this works? So this is 2025. So that would be 2005. No, this is 2024. So it'd be 2004. 2004. It's a good guess, Janice, but not quite there. Nobody else guessed. It was in fact 1990. So Sour Jacks were first created in 1990. 1990. All righty then. So let's move on to our soft drink. It is soft drink time here on Trippy Foods Grab Bag live stream. There we go. Does anyone recognize it? I don't. This is Welch's pineapple soda. Let's see. Did they actually have pineapple in it? I mean, look at this. How do you read that? It's like light colored writing on light colored background. Can we even read it? Maybe that's the point. They don't want you to read it. Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup. No surprises there. Citric acid. No surprise there. Potassium sorbate, preservative, gum arabic, sodium benzoate, preservative, natural flavor. All right. Glycerol, ester of wood rosin, yellow and yellow number 6. Surprised we eat anything after we read the labels. So it says natural flavoring, so I assume it's going to be pineapple flavoring. Again, this is from Welch's, and Welch's has been around for a long time. Welch's was founded in 1869 by Thomas Welch in Vineland, New Jersey. And the reason that Thomas Welch founded Welch's is because Thomas Welch was a teetotaler, which is basically not only did he not drink alcohol, but he was adamant about not drinking alcohol and thought other people should not drink alcohol too. And that's why he started Welch's back in 1869. So the question is, what is historically Welch's most popular product? What historically is Welch's most popular product? All right, let's go ahead and try this. Pineapple soda. Pineapple's an unusual soda for flavor. I think Fanta might have a pineapple soda, and I'm not sure who else does have a pineapple soda. But I know Fanta does. Maybe Jones Soda has one as well. But I think Fanta has a regular pineapple flavor. Unusual color, but it's artificial color. What did I say? Yellow what? The color is yellow number 5 and yellow number 6. Yellow number 5. A little bit of yellow for my drink. A little bit of yellow makes it stink. All right. Yellow number 5. Ooh, that's weird. The texture is weird. It's kind of syrupy. That's odd. I think corn syrup will do that. The thing about pineapple is most of the thing that makes pineapple taste like pineapple is the acidity in pineapple, and it's a unique acidity that's in pineapple. So it's not like I don't think it's citric acid that's in pineapple, but I'm not sure. You know, it might be a variation. I'm just moving this because so it's off my ears. It's just annoying me that I can't hear anything else. So I'm just moving that. There we go. You can still hear me, right? Much better. Much better for me. Oh, Cactus Cooler is pineapple orange soda. I've never had Cactus Cooler. We need to fix that. So, would you guys think it would be copping out if I did Cactus Cooler as next week's on next week's live stream? I think next week we should do a Christmas live stream because Christmas is in the middle of the week after. So I think we should do a Christmas themed live stream next week. I think we'll do that. So Cactus Cooler's out for next week, anyways. I don't know about this. It doesn't have that acidic that acidic uh, sensation that you get from eating pineapple or drinking pineapple juice, even. Hi, Doodle. You want to come up and say hi? Come on up and say hi, Doodle. Uh, I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that a thumbs in the middle. I mean, you could tell it's pineapple. It's pretty good. It's just it doesn't really hit as pineapple. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have that tartness that pineapple does. It doesn't have that acidity that pineapple does. And so that's kind of missing in there. And it has this kind of syrupy texture. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle on that one. Not amazing. The question was, what historically is Welch's most popular product? Julie said grape jelly, specifically Concord, the way you spelled that, Concord grape jelly. Janice Yamanaka says grape. Julie says Concord. Yeah, I got it. It was funnier when you left it alone. Yeah, no, it is actually grape juice. Grape juice was historically their most popular product. When Thomas Welch founded the company, and again, remember, he was a teetotaler, which basically meant that he didn't drink alcohol, but he also didn't want other people to drink alcohol. And so, what he wanted to do is he wanted to substitute the wine that they were drinking in church. He wanted them to substitute with grape juice. He wanted everyone to be drinking grape juice in church because he didn't think people should be drinking, alcohol in church, even though, Jesus made wine, right? So like wine, take this and drink it. It was wine, right? It's wine. But Thomas Welsh didn't think people should be drinking alcohol because he didn't drink alcohol. And so he founded the company to make grape juice. So grape juice was their initial product and their most popular product, and it was basically sold as a substitute for wine. Later on, the grape jelly became popular. They were originally in Vineland, New Jersey, and Welsh encouraged grape growers to move to Vineland, New Jersey to start, the reason they called it Vineland, New Jersey is because of the grapevines. So he wanted it to be a place where they were growing these grapevines that they were going to make for grape juice. So he encouraged people to move there. So that's where the company was originally located, but they later relocated to Concord, Massachusetts. And as Julie mentioned, indirectly, of course, as Julie mentioned, the reason that was a big deal is because they used Concord grapes from Concord, Massachusetts. Not like Concord, like Conquistador or Concord, which I thought was funny. So when the company moved to Concord, Massachusetts, and the Concord grape was, I'm not sure if the Concord grape was already popular in Concord, Massachusetts, or they kind of developed Concord grapes while when they were in Concord, Massachusetts. But Concord, Massachusetts, famous for the Concord grapes, and that went into their products. The other thing is, Julie mentioned their jelly. So back in the I want to say the 1960s and maybe into the 1970s, and maybe even later, they used to sell the jelly in small jars, like a small, maybe that tall, and and cylindrical, in these glass jars. They had a lid that popped off the top of it, sort of like if you ever bought store bought um, shrimp cocktail, so that kind of lid that was on top of it, and painted on the outside of the glass were cartoon characters like the Flintstones, or things along those lines. And the idea was that you pop the top off of it, you drank the grape juice, and then afterwards you kept the glass and you used it as a glass. So you had these Flintstone glasses that were from your Welch's grape jelly. So a little history for those of you who don't remember those. Or oh, that's a good question. It's like, when did they stop manufacturing the grape jelly in those jars that people used as glasses? There we go. Concord grapes are very tenacious. I've been trying to get rid of my vine for you. Oh, those are Concord grapes that are growing in your yard? Well, make jelly, Jules. Make jelly. Make some Concord grape juice and jelly. Well, go with it. Give in. Go with it. Do the grapes, man. Do the grapes. I have a glass with Pooh's Grand Adventure painted on it. Is that something that you got from Knott's Berry Farm? I did make jelly for years. I'm over it. Oh, go with grape juice. Make grape juice. Eat the grapes. It's good enough for the birds. It's good enough for you. Hey, sorry, Tom, I missed you. Welcome, Tom. Welcome back. Glad you could make it. Tom, there was something I was going to tell you. You sent me something that I thought was funny, but I thought only people our age would have gotten it. But I forgot what it is now because I'm old, because I'm at our age. It was made from Welch's. Oh, okay. But how old was that? I mean, did you buy the glass like in a store somewhere where it was sold as in a store, or did you buy it with grape jelly in it? No, it wasn't the lamb chop thing. It was one of the other things, and I can't remember what it was. And I was going to say something to you about it, but I can't remember what it was. Alrighty, that is our. Oh, hang on. I rated that right. Give it a thumbs in the middle. Let's do this. I poured that all out. All right, here we go. Dad, I just realized that wood paneling picture of the Bengals behind Bengals? Wood pan Oh, the Bengals. Reminds me of the wood paneling 3 feet deep picture. It does. I mean, the picture, the whole picture, the poses and everything, it does. They must have copied it. Ooh, that's weird. And not in a good way. We're trippy food. Weird is a good thing for us, but not this so much. Dude, did you say hi to everybody? Did you say hi to everybody? Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. That's not good. That brings out the worst of both beverages. It's not good. Jessica Stanton is here. Welcome, Jessica. Glad you could make it. Yeah, it's not good. I'm never going to do that again. All right, get out of there. Sweet doodle face. He does have a sweet face, doesn't he? Look at him. Look at that. He's just too adorable. You're too adorable, Doodle. You're just too adorable. You're too adorable. Look, look out there. You're adoring public. They came here to see you, not me. They just came here to see you, Doodle. Doodle the dog. Did you eat your food? I left you a bowl of food in the kitchen. Did you eat it? Answer me. Or not. You know you have a bowl of food in the kitchen, right? But you came back for another snack, didn't you? He did. He came back for another snack. All right, I'm going to give you the half of the snack that I gave you earlier, the other half, and that's it. And then you have to eat your food in the kitchen, all right? There you go. No loyalty. There he goes. That's all I got, Doodle. That's all I got. You can't have any of this other stuff. It has chocolate and stuff that dogs can't have. And even I don't like some of it. All righty. So yeah, grape juice, and as Julie says, specifically Concord, grape juice was historically Welch's most popular product. But they did do the jelly thing. All righty. So now we're back to our snacks, and we're starting to get into more savory here. Oh, I'm just dropping things all over the place here. Hi, everyone. So, are you hearing about these crazy drones in New Jersey? I am hearing about these crazy drones in New Jersey. They're drones. They're just drones. I don't know what people are getting all worked up about. They're drones, Like, I think they're now people are talking about they want the FBI or somebody to shoot them out of the sky. They're just drones. At what point in time when people started doing drones and you started to see them flying over places, at what point in time did people not think this was going to happen? That you're just going to start seeing drones everywhere, just popping up everywhere. Now, there are some places where drones cannot be, like for instance, in airspace, like where planes fly, they can't have drones because it gets sucked into the engine and all bets are off, right? So obviously, they don't want them in places like that. I don't know that you have to have like an FAA license to fly a drone. Something tells me that you do have to have a license to fly a drone. I think like if you're some kid that got one for Christmas and you're flying it over your house, no one's going to care. I don't think they're going to come knocking on your door and everything. But it was bound to happen that people were going to start freaking out about. Hey, they have drones that deliver. Okay, so they have drones that deliver ordnance, in other parts of the world that take people out. But they also have drones that deliver pizza. They have drones that deliver food. Seriously, they have drones that deliver food. So, you know, I don't know what people are getting all worked out about. Oh my God, it's a drone. Yeah, it's a drone. You knew exactly what it was because they're out there. So it's a drone. But yeah, people are getting worked up about it, and I have no idea why. Because they're just there. Ooh, Jessica, I'm curious as to what that message was, but that's okay. All right. So this is a Better Made Special, I think. Maybe Special's the product line or something, because the company is called Better Made Snack Foods, with this Better Made. It says Better Made Special. Maybe it's the special from Better Made. So it's Better Made Special Sour Cream and Onion Potato Sticks. Anyone had potato sticks? Potato sticks I have a fond memory of potato sticks, and that is when I moved from Pennsylvania to Massachusetts as 6 years old. That's the first thing I remember eating in Massachusetts. Is we didn't have all our furniture, but we did have our dining room table, or which was our kitchen table. It was our dining room table in Pittsburgh. No, I think it moved into the kitchen afterwards. It was a kitchen table, and I distinctly remember eating a can of potato sticks. Not me, just me. Me and my brothers sitting under that table eating a can of potato sticks. So it's the first thing I remember eating when we moved to Massachusetts when I was 6 years old, was potato sticks. And they have a fun place in my heart. But these are Better Made Snack Foods Sour Cream and Onion Potato Sticks, and the Better Made Snack Foods Company was founded as Cross and Peters by Cross Mosuri and Peter Cipriano in Detroit, Michigan. So, that's it. Cross and Peters was the last name. It was the first names of Cross Mosuri and Peter Cipriano and Cross & Peters was founded in Detroit, Michigan in the 1940s, I believe. Oh, 1930. So, as long as we're talking about Detroit, what type of cheese is used to top Detroit style pizza? Again, what type of cheese is used to top Detroit style pizza? We've had the Picnic brand potato sticks. Yeah, French's, I think, is the one that we had because French's has been around for a long time. So French's is a really popular brand of potato sticks. So again, these are coated or peppered. Jessica, so if your question was, are we worried about these drones? No, people just own drones and they're flying them, and and maybe like it gets to a point where it becomes a violation of privacy having these drones flying everywhere, and maybe they should do something about it. Maybe they should be more regulated. They want to shoot them out. Some people want them to shoot them out of the sky. These are actually small. Look at these. They're little, but they're potatoes, vegetable oil, cottonseed, corn, sunflower, and or palm oil, salt, dextrose, soy flour, salt, onion powder, monosodium glutamate, natural and artificial flavors, dried parsley, spice extract, less than 2% canola oil, calcium phosphate, contains soy. Now, it's sour cream and onion flavor, and it says contains soy. It doesn't say contains milk. That's odd. Contains bioengineered food ingredients. Oh, that explains why the potato sticks are walking. And that's Missionary Move said supposedly these drones spray out some sort of liquid. Of course they do. No, I don't think there's any proof that they're spraying out some sort of liquid. But people panic, Jessica. People panic and they, say stuff. I mean, maybe somebody arranged them to spray out some sort of liquid, but I don't think there's anything toxic about it. But again, I think what'll end up happening is they'll end up tightening restrictions on who can fly drones and where and for what purposes. So, you know, like I said, people can panic when they start seeing stuff like that. It's like it's War of the Worlds. That's why they went to New Jersey. There was one of the late night comics that said something like if you're a superior race from another galaxy or planet or whatever, and you have technology that allows you to come, to do interplanetary travel and stuff like that, and you come to Earth, the first place you want to visit is New Jersey. But remember, War of the Worlds, Orson Welles, the narration, the radio show, or World of Worlds, it took place in Grover's Mill, New Jersey, and there's no such place, but that's where it was on the radio show. That's another case of panic, right? So people would turn on the radio and it'd be halfway into War of the Worlds, Orson Welles narrating War of the Worlds. And most people, because he was doing it as a radio like a radio news broadcast, and most people were listening to it and thinking to themselves, "Oh my God, the Martians have landed in New Jersey," and it caused a big panic. And I think they got in trouble for that. So, people panic, and when they don't have answers, they fill in the blanks. And it's kind of crazy, but I'm with you on the whole drone thing. I was just curious to see if anyone else was hearing about it. Yeah, it's national news, so I'm sure everybody's hearing about it. I'm getting a little bit of the onion. I'm not getting a lot of sour cream. Let me just tell you in your head that it tastes like sour cream, so you think it does. Because I didn't see sour cream in the ingredients at all. I didn't see milk. I didn't see anything even closely related to milk, and I think they have to add that. Okay, so first off, there's too much sugar in here because they're sweet. Unless it's residual from that pineapple soda. There's a sweetness that just won't go away. I'm going to hope that's what it is because I don't really see like sugar or anything in the ingredients. Nice potato flavor, salty, but not crazy salty. Like potato chip salty. It's like potato chips in a different form. Now, what's missing is the sour cream flavor. I'm getting the onion, but I'm not getting the sour cream at all. So that, I don't know what they call them, sour cream and onion. If there's really no sour cream flavor in there, I'm gonna give that. Where's my thumb? Oh, here we go. Thumb's in the middle on that one. Thumbs in the middle, and only because the sour cream is like where is it? Where's the sour cream? You can like I think you can do that in a powder, right? But it's missing that sour cream flavor, so that's going to be thumbs in the middle for me. Let's see, did I miss anything? Did anyone else sneak in the room while I was busy talking? No, we're good. Okay. We bought it with grape jelly. 1997. So they were still making the jars, the jelly jars with the cartoons on them in 1997. Yeah, so that was a while then, because the Flintstones ones were from 1960s. Did I get everybody else? Did I get everybody else? Cover them? All right, cool. My question was, what type of cheese is used to top Detroit-style pizza? Jules said cheddar. Janice Yamanaka says Wisconsin brick cheese. Now, just by hearing her say Wisconsin brick cheese, sounds like she knows what she's talking about, or at least she got the right answer. And she did get the right answer. It is, in fact, Wisconsin brick cheese. All right. Let's move on then. What do we got? 3 snacks left, and how are we doing on time? We go to 1:30, I think, today. So I think we got about an hour and 15 minutes. No, I mean, we have 45 minutes left. We have 45 minutes left. Not a problem, because we have 3 snacks left and goût mélange, and of course we have to do goût mélange. All right. So now we're getting into savory and eventually spicy. Let's see. Nope. Spicy. We're getting it right into spicy. Right. So this is a Herr's product. I want to say that I got these at Dollar Tree. It was one of the dollar stores. I think it was Dollar Tree that I got these at. You don't find Herr's in grocery stores per se. Once in a while, you'll find them at 7-Eleven. I think Janice, you said that they have them at Aldi's. Where do you usually get the Herr's products? Herr's has really good products. I never really had one that I didn't like, but for some reason they're not as popular. And so the other brands like Lay's and whatever seem to be more popular, and Herr's doesn't seem to be more popular, but their products are really, really good. We used to get them at Big Lots. Oh, okay. Yeah, these I think I got at Dollar Tree, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't know what. Maybe they just don't have the money for promotion, and that's it. You see it. You see the other ones everywhere else. You don't see Herr's everywhere else because, like I said, maybe they just don't have the money for promotions. So that's probably what it is. Something like that. Sometimes at Five Below. Yeah, probably the ones that are like on their way out. Now I've never seen this one before, but this one's interesting. So this is Herr's Buffalo Blue Cheese Curls. So it doesn't mean it's hair on a buffalo that's made out of blue cheese. It also doesn't mean that it's a large animal made out of blue cheese. Um, the buffalo is Buffalo, New York, and it's for buffalo wing sauce. So it's buffalo wing sauce, and blue cheese is obviously not the color blue, but it's the color of the mold that has veins running through the cheese, which is blue. That's why they call it blue cheese. And they're curls, and they're usually corn curls, like Cheetos, like the OG Cheetos. They're made with corn. So these are also made with corn. So there's a lot going on here. There's buffalo wing sauce with blue cheese. I mean, and sometimes you put blue cheese dressing on wings, right? Buffalo wing sauce with blue cheese on corn curls. So we're going to try that. Now, Herr's was founded in 1946 by James Herr in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So, as long as we're on the subject of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, what historical event took place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania on September 27th, 1777? What historical event took place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania on September 27th, 1777? All right, so let's see. People are just saying hi to each other. Oh, Eli. It's it's Uncle Pal, Trippy Val. It's no, it's what? It's Uncle Val, your Trippy Pal. It's time for another Trippy Quickie. I even have to say that fast. I have to say that fast because we have to get everything in under a minute. And I have to sometimes I have to like really get creative on how I get a quickie underneath a minute. So sometimes I have to actually speed it up. Just slightly, 103%, slightly. Have to speed it up a little bit, and then I just cut out every pause, every single pause. So it just, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I was under the impression, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Tom, you might know this, is that YouTube had made an announcement. I think it was a month or two ago, and they said they were going to extend the length of a short, and I don't remember what that was. I think it was like I think they said 2 minutes or something like that. Tom, do you know? Have you heard anything about that? There was originally something about it. 3 minutes. They were extended to 3 minutes. Do you know if they've already done that? Have you put up any 3 minute shorts yet, Tom? Or Janice even? Janice, have you? Well, Janice, I don't really see you do a lot of shorts. I think you do short video. You do some short videos, but I don't see a lot of shorts. Do you do YouTube shorts, Janice? I tried, but it showed as a regular video. So maybe it hasn't kicked in yet. Or maybe they decided against it and just didn't bother telling anybody. It's kind of weird. All right. Herr's Buffalo Blue Cheese Flavored Cheese Curls. That looks like a drumstick, but it's a drum. It's a drumette. The drumette is the this part of the wing. Yes, the 3 minute shorts are going on now. I do a lot of shorts. So why would Tom, if Tom did one that was 3 minutes or under 3 minutes, why would it not show why would it show as a regular video? Is there something that was missing from it? The format maybe. Like if it was the wide format, I know that if it sees that wide format, it doesn't assume that it's a short, even if it's like under a minute long. The answer to the question is I don't know. That's good too, Janice. I mean, Jessica, you don't have to know. And you'll find out when the rest of us find out. The thing about blue cheese is blue cheese has a particular smell. This doesn't. So it doesn't have that foot, that stinky foot smell that blue cheese has. This doesn't have. Now I am expecting, because it says buffalo sauce. Buffalo sauce is vinegar based. So you have to have that vinegar tang. It tastes like Cheetos. I mean, like regular Cheetos. Okay, there's a tanginess to it, but I don't know if that's from cheddar cheese or not. I'm having some carnitas with pickled red onion habanero and ice cold Mexican Coke. That sounds really good, Eli. All right, here's the thing. These are good. Like if these were just sold as like a Cheeto alternative, they'd be really good. They're better than Cheetos. However, they're lacking that. What is the word? Piquant, maybe. That kind of the blue cheese. What do you call that? That that sensation you get from the blue cheese. That I can't recall the name of what you call that sensation that you get when you eat the blue cheese. It's that kind of like it's almost like a burn. It's not quite a burn though, but it's hardly even there. Like the flavor of the blue cheese is hardly even there at all. And the Buffalo Ranch is vinegar based, so you should. I mean, how hard is it to add vinegar to that? To add acetic acid to that? Ingredients: cornmeal, vegetable oil, cheese blend, cheddar cheese. They should have never done cheddar cheese because that's what it tastes like, cheddar cheese. Salt, monosodium glutamate, sodium phosphate, butter, natural flavor, citric acid, lactic acid, yellow number 5, yellow number 6, seasonings, whey, maltodextrin, rice flour, dried cayenne pepper, sauce, aged cayenne peppers, vinegar, salt, and garlic. Well, that gets lost in there. If it has vinegar in it, you should taste that vinegar. But you can't. Monosodium glutamate, coconut oil, salt, modified food, starch, onion powder, garlic powder, sugar, lactic acid, citric acid, natural and artificial flavors, spice, vinegar again, sodium caseinate, autolyzed yeast extract, malic acid, disodium incinate, and disodium guanylate, and salt. Contains milk. All right, so this is the first. This is probably a first. But this is the first time I'm not going to give a Herr's product a thumbs up. I'm going to give the Herr's product a thumbs in the middle. Why am I going to give it a thumbs in the middle? A, it has vinegar in 2 places in there, but you still can't taste that vinegar. You still won't have that acetic acid burn in your mouth from the vinegar. It's not there, and it has to be there if you're going to be doing a wing sauce. So that's not there. Second of all, it's that piquant. I don't know what's the word. What's the word? It's like I don't know. I thought you guys would help me out. I can't remember the word, but that sensation that you get when you eat that blue cheese, that kind of sharp bite that blue cheese has, that's not there. It's made with there's cheddar cheese in there, and you can taste the cheddar cheese, but you can't taste the blue cheese. And so, it's disappointing. They're good. They're good. Tang, yeah, tang, yeah. Hey, Nashies, welcome. Tang is probably a good word. It's not the word I'm looking for though, and I can't. It's one of those things that like it's up here floating around somewhere, and I just can't find that word. And you know what'll happen is at the end of the live stream, I'll go like, "Oh yeah, it was that," and then it's too late. So I can't go back and edit that or anything. Um, so I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to give that a thumbs in the middle, and it really pains me to do that for a Harris product because Harris product is usually so good, but it's missing the vinegar and it's missing the blue cheese flavor, and it says buffalo and blue cheese in giant letters on the front of it. So yeah, they're really good corn kernels. They're superior to Cheetos. They're really good. They're really tasty, but they don't deliver on the buffalo or the blue cheese, and so I'm gonna have to give them thumbs in the middle. Sorry, Harris. Okay, so the question was because Herr's is located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That I think that part of Pennsylvania is Amish country or Pennsylvania Dutch country. Another thing that's really popular in that part of Pennsylvania is pretzels. So pretzels are really popular in that part of Pennsylvania. But the question was, what historical event took place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania on September 27, 1777? Janice Yamanaka says it was the capital of the United States back then. They had the Lancaster Convention on July 4th, 1776. Now, yes, you're mostly correct. It was the capital of the United States, but it was only the capital of the United States for one day. So on September 11th, in 1777, the Continental Army was defeated in the Battle of Brandywine, and the temporary government in Philadelphia fled Philadelphia because they felt like the British were going to be able to take over Philadelphia. So they fled and they headed west. So when they were heading west, they stopped in Lancaster, and when they stopped in Lancaster, they held an official session within the Lancaster County Courthouse on September 27, 1777, which made it the capital of the United States for one day. So for one day, the capital of the United States was Lancaster, Pennsylvania, on September 27, 1777. Pungent. That's it, Janice. Pungent. That's the word. That's the exact word I was looking for. Thank you so much. Pungent. It doesn't have that pungent blue cheese flavor. So yeah, disappointing. But you disappointed me, Harris. You broke my heart. All right. So what do we got left? We have, I think, 2 left. We have 2 left. Let's see. We do have 2 left. They are both allegedly spicy, very spicy. This is from Pipcorn Snacks, Pipcorn Heirloom Snacks, and they call that because they use heirloom corn. I think we did do a Pipcorn product before on a live stream. Not this one, of course. These are Pipcorn Fiery Cheddar Fries. And Pipcorn Heirloom Snacks was founded in 2012 by Jeff and Jen Martin and Teresa Sue in Brooklyn, New York. So again, they use heirloom corn for this, and I think all their products are made from corn, made with heirloom corn. So yeah, so corn is one of those things like bananas. As far as bananas go, especially the bananas that we eat in the United States, they're almost exclusively. Um, Janice knows this one. The type of banana that we eat in the United States. It's the only banana, and they used to be hundreds and hundreds of different kinds. Hey, Joshua Maxwell has just entered the room. Welcome, Joshua. Everybody, welcome Joshua to the room. Um, Thank you, Cavendish. Yes, the Cavendish banana is what we eat when we go to the store and we see the yellow bananas. Those are Cavendish bananas, and part of the reason is because a lot of the other bananas were susceptible to infestation. Insects and crop diseases and things along those lines. And so the Cavendish was hardy, and so that's what they developed. And so we're mostly eating the Cavendish banana. And the same is with sweet corn. So sweet corn is the variety of corn that we eat mostly in the United States, but there are a whole bunch of different varieties of corn. If you go to like whenever I go to Colombia in South America, they roast corn. I don't know what the variety of corn is, but it's amazing. It has huge kernels there, and it's uneven. Like if you look at yellow corn, you have these nice even rows of corn in the corn that they use in Colombia, huge kernels, and they're not, and it's not uneven. It's not even. It kind of goes in in an odd pattern like that, but really sweet, really delicious, amazing, amazing. And we just use the yellow corn. So my question is, of all the corn grown in the United States, what percentage of the corn grown in the US is made for human consumption? So, what percentage of the corn grown in the United States is made for human consumption? So, it's going to be a number between 1 and 100. No, I guess it could be 0, but it's not. It's between 1 and 100. All right. What percentage of the corn grown in the United States is made for human consumption? All right. Now we're going to go ahead and try these. These are Pipcorn Snacks Fries, Fiery Cheddar, because when I think of cheddar, I think of them being on fire. Baked, not fried, real cheddar cheese, no artificial ingredients. Well, if there's no artificial ingredients, what are they using for heat? Let's see. Ground cornmeal, sunflower oil, fiery cheddar seasoning. That's something they made up. There's no such thing as fiery cheddar seasoning. Organic milk, cultures, salt, enzymes, onion powder, salt, organic non-fat dry milk, cane sugar. I don't know why they need cane sugar in there. Salt, organic. Oh no, I already get salt. Let's see. Jalapeno. They're using jalapeno. Lactic acid, organic whey. No whey. Citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. Annatto extract, extractives of paprika and spice extractives. Contains milk. May contain soy or sesame. May not, but may contain soy and or sesame. Manufactured for Pip Snacks, Columbia Street, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. All right, let's give this a shot. They are not vegan. Let's see. They are non-GMO. They are kosher. They are gluten-free, and they're using heirloom corn. Okay. Ice Hand is here. Welcome, Ice Hand. They look like they're coated. There's going to be some irony with the next product. That's an interesting texture. That has some decent heat, especially for something made with jalapeno. It does taste like vinegar, but I didn't see vinegar in the instructions in the ingredients. I say that a lot. Even on videos, I say instructions instead of ingredients. Interesting texture. They seem to be crunchier than typically these types of fries, like the Andy Capp's fries. These seem to have more texture than the Andy Capp's fries. They have a really, really nice heat. The cheddar's there, but it's subtle. It's not like even in those blue cheese, the blue cheese curls that are supposed to taste like blue cheese that taste like cheddar instead. These these have less cheese flavor. I mean, you get the tanginess from the cheddar, that sharp cheddar flavor, but it's not as crazy the cheddar flavor. Really interesting texture though. Those are interesting and those are nice. I'm gonna have to give those a thumbs up. Those are really, really good. Um, Even though it's not like over the top cheddar flavor, it brings some nice heat, especially for jalapeno. For a product that has jalapeno in it brings some nice heat. They're really good. Yeah, it's going to get a thumbs up. All right, so our question was, what percentage of the corn grown in the United States is made for human consumption? Nashi's said 15%. Ice Hen said 30%. Janice Yamanaka said less than 2%. Well, Janice, you are correct only because you said less than 2%. So 1% is less than 2%. 1% of all the corn grown in the United States is made for human consumption. And you may be asking yourself, well, what is the other 99% used for? Well, it's used for a variety of things. It is used for textiles. It is used for to make ethanol, which is a gasoline additive. It is raised for animal feed. So less than 2% or 1% of the corn grown in the United States is actually made for human consumption. Um, it's a different type of corn too than the regular sweet corn or the yellow corn that we eat. There's other varieties of corn that they use for those, but less than 1%. I mean, I'm sorry, 1% of the corn grown in the U.S. is actually used for food for human consumption. So you eat more rocks. That nonstop parade of rocks. Have you tried Blue Bunny ice cream yet? Flavor birthday cake. Jessica, Blue Bunny for some reason was a big deal in Texas. So when I lived in Texas back from 1991 through 2003, Blue Bunny and Bluebell, but Blue Bunny too, were for some reason really big in Texas. And so I had Blue Bunny ice cream. I have not had their birthday cake flavor ice cream. Somebody else does a birthday cake flavor ice cream. I want to say Van Leeuwen maybe does a birthday cake flavor ice cream. They do a lot of cake flavor ice creams, like they do a red velvet cake, they do king cake. So Van Leeuwen does a lot of cake flavors. I have not tried the Blue Bunny ice cream flavor birthday cake, but Jessica, put that in the suggestion box, and we'll do that for you. So because it sounds interesting. I'm not a big fan of birthday cake because it's really sweet and everything, but I'll do it because I'll do it for you. For you, I will do it. For me, I will do this thing that I'm not crazy about because it is sweet, but I will do it for you. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, thumbs up on that. All right, now we are down to our last snack. How are we doing on time? We are doing great on time. We have 25 minutes left. No, we had 20 minutes left. We have 20 minutes left. Plenty of time. We're going to get to Goop Melange. It's going to be great. I did answer that question. Yes, I did. Okay. All right. So our last snack, and it's going to be along the line of the cheddar fries. Which I thought was funny because when I was eating the cheddar fries, I was thinking like it's very similar to Andy Capp's where they do the fries, but this is Andy Capp's. It's not the fries, and it's almost always fries, but these are not fries. These are Fire Tots. So it's Andy Capp's Fire Tots. Andy Capp's product line, the Andy Capp product line was launched in 1971 by Goodmark Foods. In 1998, Goodmark Foods was acquired by ConAgra Foods, which owns everything now, it seems. And so now it's a product of ConAgra Foods. Andy Capp's was they licensed the name Andy Capp's from the comic strip. Al Capp had a comic strip called Andy Capp, and Andy Capp was a drunken Englishman, and his wife Flo was always waiting at the door for him with curlers in his hair and a rolling pin in her hand. And Andy Capp was always drunk. He was always out getting drunk somewhere. He had a hat that went over the top of his face, so all I could see was his nose sticking out from underneath the cap. It was like a scally cap, and he was somewhat of a drunkard, which is surprising that you can have a comic strip about somebody who's drunk all the time and still be successful. But that's an Andy Capp. I don't know if they still make the Andy Capp comic strip. I don't even know if Al Capp is still around to make the Andy Capp's comic strip, but that was Andy Capp's. They Goodmark Foods licensed the Andy Capp. Here I am talking about what he looks like, and there's a picture of him right on the box there. That's what he looks like. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen the comic strip, but it's unlikely he'd be able to actually pop that into his mouth because he's so drunk that he probably wouldn't be able to find his mouth. So these are Andy Capp's Fire Tots popcorn. These are new. It says new, so they must be new. Let's see, yellow cornmeal, nothing special there. Did they mention what kind of cayenne peppers? Hot sauce, aged cayenne peppers, vinegar, salt, garlic powder, natural flavor, spice, and coloring. Contains paprika. Contains milk. Okay. Contains milk. They don't say it's cheesy, so the question is, why does it contain milk? I guess the assumption is that it's supposed to have like a cheese flavor to it. Big Al died in 1979. Yeah, but they still were doing the comic strip. I don't know if someone took over his comic strip because they were doing his comic strip past 1979. I don't know if somebody else was doing the strip, Ice Hand, or they were just rerunning the old strips. I don't know. You can smell the vinegar. Have a look at that. They look like tater tots. I'm sure they don't taste like tater tots because tater tots are not made of corn. They're made of potatoes, and these are made of corn. But they look like tater tots, don't they? They're light and crispy. They're not greasy. That's good. Slightly salty. Definitely vinegar tangy. You definitely taste the vinegar in there. Now, they're calling them fire tots. That could be anything. I think the Herr's, even though it was buffalo blue cheese, had more heat to it than these do. Oh, it has a slow build. So you have to eat a few of them before you get to the heat. It has that underlying corn puff taste, and I don't mean this as a joke. I mean this in all sincerity. Have you ever eaten the corn foam packing peanuts? So for a while they wanted these to be biodegradable, right? Because when they're made of styrofoam, it they're not biodegradable, right? So it creates a recycling hazard. And so they, for a while, and they might still be doing it, they went with these biodegradable packing foam peanuts, and they were made from corn, and you could actually eat them. They were not harmful to eat, so you could actually eat them. But they were biodegradable because there's water soluble, and they would break apart. This has that flavor. This has that underlying flavor. Now, usually, I guess it's probably the same thing that like Cheetos is made with, but Cheetos has so much other stuff mixed in with it and on top of it that you don't really get that underlying corn flavor. But this has that underlying corn flavor, which is a little unusual. It does have the heat, but it's just not like all the way through it. So it delivers on the heat. Um, you do get that kind of vinegar heat, like a hot sauce heat. It's it's a nice hot sauce heat, but it's really one of the first puffed corn snacks that I've had. We can actually taste the puffed corn. It's a little bit odd. I don't mean that odd in a bad way. I just mean it's unusual that you can actually taste that the corn in there. So I'm going to go ahead and give those a thumbs up trending downward. And the only reason it's trending downward is I like the fact that you can taste that the corn in there, but because you can taste the corn in there means that they didn't really amp up the other ingredients to like sit on top of that. Nice level of heat, nice hot sauce flavor because you do get the vinegar flavor in there. Um, it says contains milk. I'm not really getting that cheese flavor, but it's not telling me that I'm supposed to be getting that cheese flavor, so I'm okay with that too. So yeah, I was gonna say thumbs up, trending downward slightly, just because, like I said, you get that corn flavor is like really strong in there, which means that you don't have like an even coating on there or something. But other than that, they're actually pretty good and really unusual for Andy Caps to be doing something that's not based on fry. It's based on a pup instead. Uh, Nashi said the candy banana flavor is what the bananas we used to have tasted like. Yeah, I don't remember when they switched to the Cavendish. I imagine like there was a problem with the crops, like they lost a lot of crops and everything, and then they just switched to Cavendish because it was hardier. 'Cause I don't know when they were using other bananas. As far when you say the candy banana flavor, though, like the flavoring in banana candy, is artificial. And the reason that banana flavoring is artificial is because they can't juice a banana. So it's hard to get juice out of a banana. I imagine you can do it, but it's really difficult to get juice out of banana. So any of the products that are like known, like runts, banana runts, um, artificial flavored, uh, circus peanuts. Circus circus peanuts are the weirdest thing in the world, right? They're shaped like a peanut, they look like a peanut, but very large, right? They're about that long. They're orange. So in your head, you think, does it taste like an orange peanut, right? But it doesn't taste like a peanut. It's just shaped like a peanut. It doesn't taste like an orange. It's just orange color. What does it taste like? Banana. It's artificial banana flavor. So it is a peanut shaped thing that is orange but doesn't taste like orange and has artificial banana flavor. So it is the weirdest thing in the world. They almost always make the worst candy anyone's worst candy list. Let me ask you these guys. I would put up a poll, but I have a feeling that there's going to be multiple answers. And well, let me ask you this: what is your worst I'm gonna categorize that as a candy. So any like marshmallowy thing, when I count that as a candy. So let me ask you guys, what is your worst flavor? And when I say worst, I'm not saying it is the worst because you have to have a criteria when you're saying worst or best. So I would say your least favorite or what flavor candy? What candy do you absolutely hate the flavor of? What candy do you absolutely hate the flavor of? And a lot of people is going to be black licorice, but not me. But that's okay. What flavor? So for me, I would have to say it's a toss up between circus peanuts and candy corn because candy corn is just like wax. It's just like sugar flavored wax. That's what candy corn is. And so to me, it's either candy corn or circus peanuts. Those are my two least favorite candies. But what about you guys? Just throw it out there. Whatever. 99 bananas. Oh my God, that has to be artificially flavored, Miguel. If you don't know what Miguel is referring to, 99 bananas is a alcoholic beverage, and usually they come in like little nip-sized bottles. They're about that big, and I think they're 99 cents or something along those lines. It's not something from the 99-cent store. You can actually buy them in liquor stores and everything, but it's supposed to be banana flavored, and it's horrid. It's absolutely horrid. If I'm not mistaken, we either did an episode or we did a live stream where we did the 99 bananas. 99. No, not that 99. 99 has a bunch of different flavors, but banana is probably the most popular flavor. So they have like they have dozens and dozens of different flavors Banana is just one of them, but it's probably their most popular flavor and probably their worst. 10 points for anybody who knows what that 99 comes from. Runts banana tastes like the banana in the 50s. It's flavored for that banana. Yes, it's artificial, but that's also old banana flavor. Yeah, and who knows, right? Because there's no one around. Well, there's people around that that might remember the taste of the banana in the 1950s. Circus peanuts are good. Miguel, there's the door. No, I'm just kidding. Some people do like them. I like black licorice, and a lot of people do not like black licorice. I absolutely hate black licorice. So I get it. Some people like circus peanuts. I don't. Peppermint flavored candy canes. Oh, which is really weird, Ice Hand, because that is like the original flavor of candy canes. It's like only lately it are like Starburst flavored candy canes or possum flavored candy cane, whatever it is. Um, all that stuff came later, but originally candy canes were peppermint flavor. But you don't like them. Black licorice is not good. No, Jeff, what you mean is you don't like black licorice, is what you mean. Because I don't like, that's what Jeff said. Jeff, he just worded it wrong and he said black licorice is not good. He said, I don't like black licorice. Julie could tell you a story about black licorice and the Boston Museum of Science, but maybe for another day. Get Smart, of course. Yes, Ice Hand, that's 99 was Maxwell Smart's co-spy, I guess, and eventually an eventual wife. One of the funniest things I saw on Get Smart was Maxwell invited Chief over for dinner, and this is after he married 99, and 99 was going to cook, and and Max tried to warn the chief that she was not that good a cook. But what they didn't know is that one of the chaos agents had come in and poisoned the food. So they poisoned the food. So so they're eating the food and they're getting sick from the poison in the food, and they're trying to assume um, that it's because she's not a good cook, and they're trying to disguise the fact that she's not a good cook. So like the chief goes, "Oh!" And then Max goes, "Susanna, now don't you cry for me. Oh, I come from Alabama with the banjo." It was pretty funny. That was one of the funniest scenes I saw. Bermuda, worst flavored candy is the circus peanut. Bermuda, worst flavored candy is the circus peanut and Reese's cups. That's interesting, Jessica. Reese's cups. I don't know. A lot of people don't like Reese's cups. That's interesting. Pumpkin mellow cream. Pumpkin mellow cream. Are you talking about those Halloween candies that are shaped like pumpkins, but are that kind of waxy like the candy corn, Miguel? Underdog. Underdog was very similar voice to Maxwell Smart. Don Adams did the voice of Maxwell Smart. He also did the voice of Tennessee Tuxedo. Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail. So the same voice, the same person who played Maxwell Smart also was the voice of Tennessee Tuxedo. Underdog was Wally Cox, and his voice was a little bit different. He's saying, "When the sweet Polly's in trouble, I am not slow. It's hip hip hip, and away I go." Or the secret compartment of my ring I fill with a super secret energy pill. That's Underdog, voiced by Wally Cox. I don't care for marzipan. Now, Nashies, is that marzipan or mazapan? Because there are two separate things. Marzipan is from Europe, and marzipan is made with almond paste, as opposed to mazapan, which is similar, but it's drier and it's made with peanuts. So there's a big difference between mazapan and marzipan. So which one are you referring to, or both? You don't like either, maybe. Do you remember Halloween peanut butter kisses? No, so it's like were they Hershey's Kisses that just came out on Halloween? I don't remember those. I would drink straight out liquor than before I drink 99 bananas. Well, 99 bananas is straight out liquor. I mean, honestly, it's an alcoholic beverage. Almond. Okay, so that's marzipan. Yeah, I like marzipan. I really do like marzipan. Okay, getting back to the Andy Capp's Fire Tots. I didn't ask the trivia question. I'll throw that out there right now while I'm preparing gout melange. So the question was, because we're talking about Goodmark Foods being the manufacturer of Andy Capp's, um, what popular meat product was made by Goodmark Foods and is now made by ConAgra? What popular meat product was made by Goodmark Foods but is now made by ConAgra? Don Adams also did the voice of Inspector Gadget. Yes. Go Gadget Go. You're right, Ice Hand. He did. No, those black and orange wrapper Halloween candies. Oh, they're the ones that are like a really like a hard candy, Miguel. They're hard candy, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right, time for Gout Melange. We have like 5 minutes left, and I think we have plenty of time to do this. And we might go over a little bit, but it's not too crazy. All right, let's see. What should we start with? I guess it doesn't matter. All right, let's just work our way this way. So we're going to start with our Pipcorn snacks, fries, fiery cheddar fries. What was the question again? The question was what, because Andy Capp's is made by ConAgra and formerly made by Goodmark Foods, what popular meat product was made by Goodmark Foods and is now made by ConAgra? What popular meat product was made by Goodmark Foods? Yes, I do. Okay. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. Yes, I'm pouring water all over my desk. Finger bowl. There we go. Life is good. Okay. What's next? Let's see. Let's do these. I don't know how I'm going to break these up. Like that, I guess. Okay. What a mess. Ground possum meat. Adam, we actually did an episode where it wasn't ground possum meat, but it was stewed possum meat. We had an episode where um we did a possum stew, opossum stew, made with real opossum. Now, if you're going to cook an opossum, because I had to butcher it, I got it whole. I don't think it had the head on. It might have had the head on. I don't know if it had the feet, and I don't think it had the tail. But um, when you see that a possum looks like a big rat, which is really weird because the capybara, which is the world's largest rodent, doesn't even look like a rat. It looks adorable. People keep them as pets. Tasty, tasty pets. These quinoa things don't break apart very easy. There they go. All right. I feel like Pontius Pilate here. I wonder who Pontius co-pilot was. Yes, that's a joke. Pontius co-pilot, get it? These are really messy. Like, I think what would be kind of cool is if I made the gout melange using a food processor. But what fun is that, right? Would you would you guys like that? Would you guys like to see me make gout melange using a food processor, or like break the stuff apart by hand? I mean, it's not like I'm inviting people over to eat it, but if I was, it's like the least of their worries is the fact that I broke it apart by hand. Opossums are a very short lifespan in the wild. Guess that's why they have a lot of babies. Yeah, and they're really beneficial animals. Is that they eat ticks, and they're one of the few animals in the world that are impervious to rabies. So I don't know if they absolutely can't get rabies, but they're impervious to it, so they don't they very seldom get rabies, and they eat ticks. So there's not really a big downside. They're not aggressive. They can look aggressive, so like sometimes they'll open their mouth and show you their sharp teeth and hiss at you, but they're not really aggressive. Whereas like when they're cornered, that they attack you. Actually, when they're cornered, they play dead. So they just like kind of fall down and pretend they're dead when they get cornered when they feel threatened. And they're like I said, they're not aggressive animals, so they don't threaten other animals. So there's no real negatives about them as an animal, but people don't like them because you know they'll eat out of your trash can. They look like giant rats, and so people just don't like them. Now, as far as eating them, it's popular in the South, but a lot of things that people normally don't eat are popular in the South. And the reason they were popular in the South is because remember the South is largely, with the exception of a few large cities, is largely undeveloped. It's largely rural areas, right? And so, in times like during the Depression, people were going hungry. What did I do with the napkin? People were going hungry, like during the Depression and stuff like that. And when you can't get to the stores and when you can't get groceries and stuff like that, then you have to resort to whatever's on hand. And in that case, it was, stuff like opossum, raccoon, squirrel, stuff like that. Also, uh, I think we did a one of the tales from the vaults was uh, I had a girlfriend whose family came from Alabama, not with the banjo on their knee. And every year on Mother's Day, they would do a family reunion. So, like the elders in the family would get together in rural Alabama. And one of the times I went, one of her aunts said, "Hey, have you ever had poke salad?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Well, we'll show you what the plant looks like. Only pick the green leaves. Don't pick any other part of the plant because it's really, really toxic. Only pick the green leaves and we'll make it for you. We'll show you what it looks like. You go out and get a bag full of it for us and we'll make it for you." And they did. And it involves like boiling and rinsing it like 3 times. And then you put it in a pan with some bacon. And then the bacon grease, you use it to fry it. And some people put like onions in it and some people put eggs in it, stuff like that. So it's like spinach with a bite, but it's generally a toxic plant. And it's another one of those things like during the Depression, they had nothing to eat. They would resort to eating this. Like even the wild animals won't eat it because it's toxic unless they're starving to death. Oh, I forgot these two. As opposed to raccoons, where rabies is endemic in the wild population because it has a very slow incubation in them, so mama raccoon can give birth to rabid babies. Good times. It's always pokeweed. Have you had pokeweed, Nashies? Have you ever had it? I have a picture of my dear departed mom. I say my dear departed mom because she passed away or died, as people don't like to say. She died in July, this past July, at the ripe old age of 92. But I have a photograph because she went one year because it was a Mother's Day thing, and she was visiting me in Texas, and she went with me to one of these Mother's Day celebrations, and my mom ate poke salad. This is the same woman, mind you, that um, she grew up in Eastern Pennsylvania in an Italian American household, and so they eat things that a lot of people think are unusual. As you guys remember back, I don't know if some of you here might remember when she died or the week after she died. Julie and I did a live stream, and we did a tribute to my mom on the live stream, and we ate all the foods that she liked to eat, and a lot of them would be considered unusual. And the thing is, like, I remember one time I told her that I knew a chef here in LA that makes his own head cheese, and she told me not to tell her how he makes it because she wants to enjoy it. And I'm thinking, like, Mom, you've lived your whole life enjoying it. What could I possibly tell you that would make you not enjoy it? And she just didn't want to know. But here she is eating, eating um, this poke salad, this toxic poke salad. And no, that's not how she died. She was 92. It was just the end. Thank you, Nashies. My dad is from Alabama, and we lived there for a bit. I have had pokeweed. Yeah, yeah. It's a rural South kind of thing. So if you know people from the rural South, they probably have had pokeweed, and you probably have had pokeweed. So, did you find that an accurate description, Nashis, of the description that I gave of pokeweed? Did you find that accurate? The description? That's colorful. Look at that. I did. It's got a bite. Yeah, yeah. And so if you think about it, that's probably the toxins in it. And you've boiled it and rinsed it 3 times and then fried it, and it still has those enough toxins in it to have that bite. Not to be, make you seriously ill, but to have that bite. So you can imagine what it would be like if you just put one of those leaves in your mouth. What that would be like. I don't even want to think about it. All right, here we go. Goût mélange, everybody. Salty. Salty and crunchy. Nothing moist in this one at all. I'm not getting it. Ooh, okay. These, the Sour Jacks, the most real prominent taste there. Now, there's a lot of spicy stuff in here, but I'm not really getting a lot of spice. There's the cocoa and the almonds. I'm getting pockets of stuff. Also, I don't know if anybody's here, but I think I told you guys that I had a mishap with my laptop where I lost all my files. So the only thing that I lost that would have been critical to the channel itself, or any videos that I had not yet edited, I lost those. For the most part, I can recreate those, and I have been recreating those over the past couple of weeks. One of the things I can't do is when I was staying at Michelle's house, she had a package of it wasn't ramen, it was, I want to say it was udon. It was spicy udon noodles from 2021. So they were expired noodles from 2021, and I cooked and I ate those. So I won't be able to reproduce those because I'm obviously not going to find 4-year-old noodles. But I think everything else I'm able to reproduce. We love you too, Joshua. This is pretty good. The sour jacks, really, when you get a bite of that, it just kind of obliterates everything else. But it's not like Sour Patch sour. It's not crazy sour, so it's not too bad. But you get there's sweet in here, there's salty in here, there's cheesy, there's Dr. Sneezy, there's Comet Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. It's pretty good. I don't think I would want to eat like a bowl of this, but it's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's not bad at all. So, as goût mélanges go, thumbs up, trending downward. Nice variety of flavors. Nothing overpowering. Nothing that tastes like it doesn't belong there. Just little pockets of thing. Reproducing at your age, welcome, Grant. Nah, I've done my reproducing. Where is Julie? I've done my reproducing. I didn't answer the question. The question was, what popular meat product was made by Goodmark Foods, now ConAgra? Did anybody answer that? Icehan said spam. That's why Adam said ground possum meat. Janice said Slim Jim, and Dave Atkins said Slim Jim. It is in fact Slim Jim. It is in fact Slim Jim. And Slim Jim was a separate company. The guy who made them his name was Jim. It was a separate company, and then that was acquired by Goodmark Foods. So yeah, Goodmark Foods was originally the ones who made Slim Jims, and then now owned by ConAgra, who really owns kind of everything. All right, so we are all done for today. What did you guys think of doing it at the earlier hour? Did that work for you guys? I was hoping to see more people from the UK or from Europe. I didn't see I didn't see Duncan pop in, and Duncan was one that asked me to move the time up. Is this okay time for you guys? For the rest of you, or those of you in the US, is this an okay time to to do this on a regular basis, to do it earlier? And maybe next week there'll be more notification and we'll get more people and everything, because it was kind of a little less than usual. But change it back. Miguel says change it back. Anybody? Oh, let's do. It's an okay time for us. Okay, so Janice says okay. I guess I could do this as a poll, but we don't. We only have like 9 people in there. Here's what we'll do. I think next week we'll leave it. I think next week we'll leave it at 11:30. We'll hopefully we'll get more people in. We'll do a poll. We can do it at 11:30 because, well, a lot of people are going to be off for Christmas week, which is the following week. We'll try to do a Christmas, at least a holiday live stream, and I'll see if maybe we can do something with Julie if she's around. So we'll try that. But anyways, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for coming in early. Always fun, always enjoyable. Nice to see some new faces in there, and also some people who've been with us from the very beginning. Like, for instance, if those of you who don't know, especially those of you who are newer, Janice Yamanaka has been on every single live stream we've done since we started live streaming. Unique. Nobody can catch up with her. How's you going to catch up with her? She has to not be on the next 100 live streams or something along those lines. So, but those of you who did participate, those of you who did tune in today, and those of you who did spend some time with us this weekend, we truly appreciate your support, and we thank you so much. We are about 100 and I want to say about 195 short of 6,000 subscribers. 195 short of 6,000 subscribers. If you can help us with that, that's fine. But it raises a question: what would you like to see us do to mark our 6,000th subscriber? So when we get to 6,000 subscribers, like to do something special. What would you like to see us do for our 6,000, for getting our 6,000th subscriber, which may be coming up soon? We hope. Like I said, 195 off from that. If you have not subscribed to us, please do. That helps us. So please subscribe. Please like the videos and leave comments down below. And also visit our friends' channels and other channels that we recommend. Janice Yamanaka, Tom, old guy in Colorado, Joshua Maxwell. They all have great channels, and we wouldn't suggest them to you if we didn't think that you would enjoy them. And so when you go and check them out, and if you do appreciate them, like we think you will, be sure to subscribe to them, like the videos, and leave comments on their videos as well. So I'm sure they would appreciate it and we would appreciate it. So thank you so much. If you don't know who those channels are, go to our and Nashi's. I'm sorry, I'm Nashi's, one of the newest members of our community, but also doing videos, food videos on YouTube, I believe. So if you don't know who those people are, if you go to our main page on YouTube and you scroll down to featured channels and look in there, we give you a whole list of those channels, and we check those channels out. We think you will like them, and like I said, when you do, be sure to like and subscribe. So holidays are coming up. It's kind of a crazy time, but it's also a time when we should get together and we should let people know we care about them. And if it doesn't have to be a religious thing per se, just a time when like we let the people who we appreciate and love know that we do, like you guys. And so I thank you so much. I love this community. I love the community that we built here on the channel. Love spending time with you guys every weekend, and I hope we'll continue to do this. So as long as I still have breath in me, I will continue to do it. And I really do appreciate your support. So it's gonna, especially in the next couple of weeks, it's crazy out there. It really is. It's crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.